Greetings, beloved. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Creme Constellation, where I use astrology as a tool to gain clarity and awareness. So, today I want to talk to you about the planet Jupiter and the next cycle that we are beginning in relation to Jupiter related themes, as the planet is moving from the sign of Gemini into the sign of Cancer. So, in astrology, Jupiter is associated with blessings, ease, luck, and good fortune, and abundance and opportunities. So when Jupiter is transiting any area of your life, to be honest, it's a very exciting time for that area of your life, especially if it is positively aspected by the angles and planets that you have in your chart. You are guaranteed to have a blessed year for that area of your life. Jupiter is also associated with expansion and growth and experience, right? Going on adventures, just expanding your horizons, introducing you to new things that expand your perspective, that expand your mindset and give greater meaning to your life. Like Jupiter is really the planet that helps you choose and decide and create meaning for yourself through the experiences that you are having, through the things that you are doing to expand your mind. Jupiter is also a planet that is associated with our beliefs and the relationship that we have with, the higher power. For example, this could manifest as, the type of religion that you are associated with, or whether or not you're religious or spiritual, or you prefer science and things that can be proven. This can be influenced by your Jupiter placement in your natal chart, and then when Jupiter is transiting and expanding your horizons through different experiences, you may find that your belief systems change. What you believe in about creation and existence and life changes. Your morals, your ethics change as Jupiter transits through the different signs, affecting and impacting the different areas of your life, which in turn also affects and changes what you believe in, what you believe life is all about, what you believe you are here for, the grand scheme of things, the big picture. Jupiter is all about the big picture. All right, so your big picture in terms of what does life mean? Why are we here? We tend to look at Jupiter for those answers, or those answers usually come when Jupiter is making a specific transit in our charts, and we can go from believing in what our parents believe in to believing in something completely different. We can go from having a particular set of morals and ethics because of a certain environment that we were in. And then when the environment changes, the morals, the ethics also change. Your view on life, your view on people can change. So Jupiter is big on things like that, right? Your perspective on life. Jupiter is also associated with travel. So whenever you are making travel plans, or you want to know if you will travel in your life, if travel is going to be a thing, are you going to travel locally, or will you be traveling, internationally? Will you have international relations or not? We can look at the planet Jupiter and be able to identify some of those things for ourselves within the natal chart. So, with that in mind, when Jupiter changes signs, that means that the way that we achieve and receive our blessings, opportunities, the way that we expand and grow can also change, because then the planet is influenced by the energy of that sign. And also, it begins a new cycle in that area of your life involving the Jupiter ruled themes. So, before we move into the new cycle that's about to begin with Jupiter in Cancer, let's recap on where we have been. Jupiter in Gemini. So, this transit began on the 25th of May 2024, and it will be ending on the 9th of June 2025. So, understand that this was the beginning of the Jupiter in Gemini cycle. It doesn't mean that going forward, that area of your life where you have Gemini, there won't be any more opportunities, or there's not going to be any growth and you're not going to see any benefits. You will, It's just that Jupiter, by transiting that area of your life, has begun a new 12-year cycle. So you can reflect on that and see what effects Jupiter had on that area of your life for the past 12 years. And now you have begun a new cycle there, and there will be new opportunities. There will be a different perspective that is also developing, new growth, new horizons. All right. Some things may have manifested within the year from May 25th to now, June 9th. But if you are experiencing, or if you feel, when you reflect and you feel like, I haven't seen much changes in this area of life, Jupiter transited here, but nothing, I'm not perceiving any growth. It doesn't look new, right? It doesn't look like anything has changed. Give it time. Those blessings are coming. Just because something didn't manifest within the time frame of the transit, it does not mean that nothing is happening. It does not mean that nothing is coming. All right. It's all about timing. Trust the timing of your life. Trust the timing of the events of your life. And that goes with any transit of any planet. If certain things do not happen within the time frame of the transit, do not lose hope, do not lose faith, do not lose trust. At the right timing, your things will come to you, your things will find you. I mean, they are yours after all. Nobody else can have them. Okay, so keep that in mind. And another thing that Jupiter is all about is trust and faith and belief, as I mentioned already. So you don't want to lose the trust. You don't want to give up on yourself. It's about trusting the higher power, surrendering certain things and allowing them to come when the conditions are better, right? When the energy is better, supported for you to receive what is yours. All right, so keep that faith high. And, the Jupiter in Gemini transit also focused on community. So perhaps there were a lot more interactions and engagements with groups or communities. So this could have been anything from the neighborhood that you live in, into having more interactions with your neighbors. It could have been with co-workers. It could have been with your extended family. It could have been with your siblings, for those who have like estranged relationship with extended family members or with siblings. Perhaps some of you reconciled during, the Jupiter in Gemini transit. There may have also been opportunities for learning, opportunities for skills development or skill improvement. And also, some of our curiosities and interests may have gone through a change, right? We got access to new information, and that led us down a new rabbit hole, a new line of excitement, something that we didn't know before that we are now better off for knowing. And it's also important to note that Jupiter does not function at its best optimally in the sign of Gemini, because Gemini is a sign that focuses on the moment. Gemini goes with its curiosities and whatever it is interested in during that time. And when something is no longer interesting and Gemini is no longer curious about that thing, they drop it and move on to the next thing. Gemini is not really focused on longevity. It's not thinking about the next moment. It's only thinking about right now, and what it needs to do right now. And Gemini is also focused on details, like the small steps that need to be taken, the little things that need to get done, the little things that bother us, the little things that challenge us, the little things that derail us or deter us. Whereas Jupiter as a planet is a big picture planet. It's thinking about the end goal. It's thinking about the result. It's thinking about the greater good, and the meaning behind why we are doing a particular thing. So Jupiter does not necessarily sweat the small stuff because it keeps the big picture in mind. So the energy of Jupiter in Gemini may have been challenging to work with, because while we are working towards the grand plan, there are these minor inconveniences that are throwing us off. And we start to doubt, we start to think, oh, but why is all of this going wrong? Or why isn't this working like it used to? Why isn't this not getting me there like I thought it would? And Jupiter is saying you need to trust your actions. You need to trust the efforts that you are putting in. Trust your skills, trust your knowledge to get you to where you're going. Take your small steps. Don't lose faith, don't lose heart, and believe that you are going to get there. Regardless of how the situation looks right now, Gemini rules perception, what we are looking at. And Jupiter says, regardless of what you're looking at, focus on the vision. Focus on the vision. The small things are going to get you there eventually. Don't stop doing those things. So, those are some of the things that we may have been experiencing during the Jupiter in Gemini transit. And now we can talk about the new cycle that is about to begin with Jupiter in Cancer. The transit will begin on the 9th of June 2025 and it will end on the 30th of June in 2026. So the first thing you want to do is reflect. Think back to June of 2013, which is when Jupiter entered Cancer, and think about how things have been for the past 12 years in the Cancer ruled area of your life in regards to the Jupiter ruled themes. So how have things expanded for you here? Did you feel lucky? Did you feel like this area was blessed? You had a lot of good fortune, you had a lot of ease? Or was it an experience of a lot of lessons, maybe difficult lessons where maybe it was difficult for you to have ease in this area of your life, or you felt like this is a very unlucky area of your life? So reflect on that and see if you are any wiser from how you used to be back in 2013 and the experiences that you've had. How have they changed you? How have they shaped you? How has your perspective changed in regards to the things of this house, in regards to the themes of this house? And now you can look forward to Jupiter bringing a new cycle. Then perhaps this time around, things are going to be better because you're wiser now. You've had a lot of experiences that have expanded your mind, that have taught you, right? You have access to more information now that you didn't have before. Well, hopefully you have learned your lessons, because we do know that there are people who refuse to grow and refuse to see themselves, and to accept that they are part of their own rescue. So if you are a person who is fully self-aware, you know what your faults are, you call yourself out when you're not showing up like you are supposed to, and you are growing. You are growing, you are wiser, you get the role that you are playing in your life. You are likely going to benefit from this. Anything Jupiter related, you will benefit if you are actually growing and becoming wiser. So we can definitely look forward to that. Right. So after you've done your reflections, now we can look forward, right, into what new cycle is Jupiter beginning for me in this area of life, right? Let's talk about what we can expect. So Jupiter in Cancer expands our emotional intelligence. So there is a leveling up with that. Probably you have leveled up from where you were in 2013. Your emotional awareness, your emotional intelligence, not just of yourself, but the emotions of others as well, the emotion of the environment as well. Because there is energy in places, right? Places have energies, they have a feeling about them, there's a mood, there's a vibe. So we may find that we are more energetically sensitive right now, more especially the Sagittarius and the Pisces placements. If you're a Sagittarius, ascendant, sun, moon, or you have a Sagittarius stellium as well as Pisces, ascendant, sun, moon, or stellium, this transit could make you more energetically or emotionally sensitive to people, places, and things. So keep that in mind. But you are definitely going to become more aware of energies. All right. And then we can also expect expansion in the area of home and property and family. So some of us may be expanding families by having children or getting married. Jupiter in Cancer is pro marriage. It's pro marriage, it is pro family, it is pro building a unit that you can depend on, rely on, that is secure and that is safe. We can also expect increased emphasis on security in life. Whatever it is you need to feel secure in your life, this could be a time where there is a lot of attention that area of your life is required. Remember that Jupiter makes things bigger, right? Jupiter expands things. So if things are not okay, those not okay things will be blown up so that you cannot ignore them anymore. You cannot hide them anymore. So if it is, feelings of discontent, they will grow so that you can resolve those things. If there is conflict, if there is unease within the space, within the environment, or this area of your life, Jupiter will definitely make things, it'll make it the elephant in the room so that you have to address it. It has to be looked at. It cannot be swept under the rug anymore. But also resolving it is going to bring greater security in that area of your life. So if it is with family and there has been conflict, once the conflict is resolved, you're either going to be closer than ever before, or if you decide to part ways, it's going to be amicable and peaceful. There isn't going to be resentment and negative feelings being harbored towards one another. And we may also experience or notice that many of our opportunities are coming through family members, or they're coming through women. All right, the women in our lives, or maybe new women that you may meet, they may have some wisdom that is supportive, that is building, that is wise and useful in terms of helping us achieving our goals. Some of you may enter into a relationship with a woman who helps you materialize your vision. And some of you may be leaning on a parent. Maybe the mother may be very significant for your growth during this time, or you could be the one supporting the mother, helping her with something, helping her achieve something, helping her grow in a particular way. Or it could be, family members, fathers, brothers, very likely the immediate family. So the siblings and the parents. But in some cases, say if you grew up with a grandmother or you grew up with an aunt and uncle, those would then be your immediate family. But anyone close to you that you have a close emotional bond with could be very crucial and play an important role in your growth and expansion during this cycle. And Jupiter in Cancer can also bring about emotional fulfillment and contentment in the Cancer ruled area of your life. So now let's talk about the best way to work with this energy. What can you do in order to facilitate these opportunities and these blessings to come your way? So you definitely want to nurture whatever it is that you wish to see growing. If you want the relationship to grow, you need to nurture it. If you want the finances to grow, you need to nurture them. If you want the career to grow, you need to nurture it. If you want the self to grow, you need to nurture it. You want the mind to grow, you need to nurture it. So, what is nurturing? Nurturing is understanding. Nurturing is support and dependability. All right. So, when we nurture something, we allow it to reach its own full potential. We don't force it to become something that it is not. If you have a bunch of apple seeds and plant them and you water them regularly, you put them in a place where they're going to get a lot of sunlight and it's going to grow at its own time. You cannot force it to grow when you want to eat apples, okay? And also, you can't be planting apple seeds and expecting peaches. So nurturing is about accepting something for what it is and nurturing it to grow to its own fullest potential. So let's take this in the example of a relationship. When you meet someone new and you decide that you like them, you like the chemistry, you like the vibe, there is a certain level of acceptance that we need to have when we meet this person, that this person already is coming with their own potential. There is a fullness of their potential that they have. What you desire and what you prefer and what you believe is best for you is a you thing. If you agree to be in a relationship with somebody, you agree to surrender some of your desires. This is not settling. Okay, this is not you settling for less, putting up with things that you feel like you don't deserve. It's a surrender and an acceptance that you, as a person that I am choosing to be in a relationship with, come with your own full potential. So if I want this relationship to grow and I want to be a partner, that means I'm going to be a nurturer to your potential, not a nurturer to what I think you should be, what I think you ought to be, because this is what I want for myself and this is how I want to live. That's not how it works. So if you want the relationship to grow, you hold space for that person, you nurture them according to their potential, and you see how compatible you are with who that person is. You do not try to make them a right fit for you and the best version of them for you. It's going to backfire for sure. And you definitely do not want to make yourself into someone that that person can be with, because now you're betraying yourself. And that's not what this is about. You have to be the fullness of you, allow them to be the fullness of themselves so that the relationship can reach its full potential with these two individuals involved. So keep that in mind if you are nurturing a relationship during this time. So that goes for anything that you are trying to nurture. Make sure that you have an understanding of what it is, that it has its own set of potential that it can reach, and you must play your part. And playing your part is not forcing things. Playing your part is allowing and giving it what it needs to grow. Okay. Then also, we can work with this Jupiter and Cancer energy by making emotional investments, emotional bonds, and connections. Do not underestimate how you make people feel about you. The way you show up in spaces, the impressions that you leave on people can actually be of great benefit to you. Relationships are a form of abundance. Relationships are a form of wealth. So you want people to feel good about you, and definitely you want to be genuine, no pretenses, because the pretenses will also be revealed. There will be a day of reckoning if you are faking something. If you are faking liking certain people or liking being in a particular space or being a particular way, presenting yourself under a specific light, if you're faking, it is going to be revealed. It's only a matter of time. So you definitely want to come with genuine energy, especially where Jupiter is involved, because Jupiter loves the truth. Okay, Jupiter is a truth seeker. So you definitely want to go into the relationships, connections, networks that you're going into honestly and genuinely. And if people feel good about you, they tend to naturally want to help you with things. They tend to naturally think of you when an opportunity comes up and suggest you and recommend you. So like right now is a really good time to build emotional bonds with people. Yes, even in the workplace. Just make sure it's not something inappropriate. You don't want to, shit where you eat, but definitely have a connection, have a bond, share something personal with people that you trust, where it feels safe, of course, and allow certain people in, allow people to see your vulnerability a little bit, because you don't know what new doors that might open for you. You don't know how a person's perspective of you can change when you show up vulnerable and you show up honest and you are giving, and you are a safe space for someone to turn to. So keep that in mind. Build those emotional connections. It's definitely a time to trust your intuition. Big on intuition. This Jupiter and Cancer energy, very big on intuition. Keep the big picture in mind here. Whatever the vision is for your life, keep it in mind. Obviously, managing your expectations and not demanding for things to be delivered at the time that you want them to, but don't lose sight of the vision. And when you are taking actions in the direction of, whatever it is that you want to grow, trust your gut more than you are trusting what you are perceiving. You may find that the things that you are looking at are not revealing the whole truth to you, although, having Jupiter transiting this area of life, if there is some things being hidden from you, they may be revealed, but maybe not right away. So you don't want to get duped, you don't want to get scammed. Listen to your gut. This energy is great for trusting intuition. Whatever it is that you want to start, you want to buy new property, you want to invest in property, you want to work with your spouse or family member, trust your gut. If the gut is saying, you know what, maybe this is not a good idea, maybe don't do it. No, or certainly not right away. Certainly not right away until you can gauge whether or not you and the person that you're partnering with or working with, or the people or the space that you're about to enter into, whether or not you have the same vision. That's very important with partnerships right now, or entering spaces or working with people. You've got to have the same vision. They need to want what you want, even if it looks a little bit different, but the end result has to be the same. That'll make it easier for you to work with each other, even if challenges do arrive. But because the vision is the same, you will find your rhythm, you will find your way to the promised land, if I could say that. And also, this is a great time to heal and address mother wounds or wounds that have to do with feminine energy. Feminine energy is creative. Feminine energy is receptive. So if you're not a good receiver, for example, somebody tries to help you with something and you're no, I can do it all by myself. In some instances, that's a wound. For some people, that's a wound. It's a safety mechanism, a survival tactic. And you may want to address that because you could find yourself in a position where you do need assistance. You do need somebody to help you out. And if you try to do it yourself, you're going to overwhelm yourself. You're going to deplete your energy. So you need to get to a point where you are able to receive assistance, able to receive a favor, able to receive, a mention, a connection, able to receive love, also able to receive nurturing, able to receive vulnerability and softness, able to receive the truth. So if feminine energy for you is wounded, this would be a great time to heal that. Those who have issues or wounds with their mothers or sisters or females in the family, this is a great time to, reach out, make amends. The energy is very supportive for that. So now I want to get into your horoscopes for this transit. Please keep in mind that this is a general interpretation. Only take what resonates. Your experience is determined by your personal astrology according to your birth chart. So please look at that. Do not assume and expect things that are not yours, that are not coming for you. Get to know your natal chart through doing some research or getting a reading with an astrologer. Understand your personal astrology. Don't just go with the hype of things, with the horoscopes that you're seeing online. If you would like to get in touch with me and better understand this Jupiter transit and what area of your life you may be experiencing your blessings and your new cycle, you can definitely reach out to me. The contact methods are listed in the description below. Okay, let's get started. Hey, my beloved earth signs. So for you, Jupiter in Cancer will be beginning a new cycle in your houses of relationships. So you are expanding and nurturing relationships in your neighborhood, with your community, with extended family, with friends, people that you want to collaborate with, maybe even social media endeavors that you want to do, or you want to start a social media page. If you start this year, there could be a lot of growth that you experience, over the next 12 years. And if you've had a social media page that has, kind of struggled to grow, maybe during the cycle, you may start to experience a new level of growth that you never had before. And there could also be opportunities for learning that are coming your way, developing your skills, or nurturing a skill that you already have and just becoming better at it. There could be opportunities right now to buy a car, maybe even win a car, depending on how this energy manifests in your chart. But taking short trips, certain road trips that are enjoyable, that are meaningful, where you're creating memories for yourself that will kind of stay with you forever. And with people that are very meaningful to you, that mean a lot to you. Maybe you might even meet someone meaningful to you and your life during a road trip, or a short trip that you may be taking. There could also be stronger emotional bonds that you are experiencing within your existing relationships, particularly for those who are in serious long-term relationships or who are married. You may find that you and your partner, you're feeling each other unlike you never did before, right? And for some of you, you're beginning that kind of a union, that kind of a relationship. It could be beginning this year, or could be that you will meet someone within these, next 12 years that you have an extremely deep bond with, and that has a profound effect on your life, on your perspective on life, your perspective on yourself as well, your perspective on love, your perspective on family. Um, Very beautiful time for you, earth signs. And this could also be a good time for legalities, contracts, negotiations, agreements. If you need to sign a lease for a property, some of those things may go really well for you. So remember that if things are not going well right away, like during this transit while Jupiter is in Gemini, be patient. The challenges are just you getting out of the way what could be a sticky situation down the road. All right, so don't give up on the vision. Keep moving in that direction, and eventually you are going to get your agreement. You are going to get that contract. The law may be in your favor. If you're in a court case, or there are legal matters that need to be resolved. Having this, moving through your seventh house for some of you, it could be it could be a very beneficial time for those legalities, especially if it's something that has been ongoing for a while. This could be the year where things resolve, and they resolve in your favor. Now, because Jupiter expands and makes things bigger, if there is any fraudulent or fake activities, manipulative, emotionally manipulative people around you, these may be revealed during this time in order for you to see them for who they are and decide how you would like to proceed within that relationship. So, yes, you could resolve things, or you could choose to walk away and no longer have a particular person in your life because you're now seeing them for who they are. All right, so definitely look out for emotional manipulators, look out for fraudsters, look out for people who are playing on your emotions. If you would like to further investigate this and find out how it's manifesting for you personally, you know how to reach out to me. See you soon. Hey, my beloved fire signs. So, for you, Jupiter in Cancer is transiting your houses of your inner world or your private world and the houses of endings. So, that means that you are nurturing and expanding your inner world. So, this is your emotions. You are the ones that are benefiting the most from emotional intelligence and becoming more intuitive, in your experiences, more energetically sensitive to people, places, and things in a positive way. You're also becoming more self-aware, right, of your emotions, of negative thoughts, negative beliefs that are holding you back. It's really going to illuminate that for you and, increase you more so internally than externally, although there can be external benefits and opportunities, but it's mostly about the inner world. How are you on the inside, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? This is expanding the area of your life that others don't see. So you could be beginning to build something or grow something in private, away from the eyes of other people. Don't be in a rush to show off. Whatever it is that you are doing, keep it private, keep it to yourself until it cannot be ignored. For as long as you can keep it private, keep it private. Okay. And there can also be an increase in psychological understanding during this time, and also a stronger belief system. Like if you've already been having, a religion or spirituality, whatever it is that you believe in, this cycle could strengthen your bond with, the higher power that you believe in, or you could have a better psychological understanding of a situation, of a person, or even of yourself. There can also be significant healing that is taking place during this time regarding the mother, regarding the feminine wound. As I was saying earlier, you are the ones that are likely to benefit the most from this energy. It could be a time of healing family wounds or the family lineage, the roots, and reconnecting with that could be very relevant or prevalent for you. It could be a time of secrets or deceptions, hidden things being revealed, but also healing from those things. It's not exposure for drama to ensue, or for chaos to ensue. It's these things being revealed for healing and resolution to take place. We could be healing from a loss, a significant loss in life, or a death of someone significant in our lives, but it's going to be in a very healing way. It's going to be in a way that allows you to surrender, allows you to let the loss go, or let the person go if it is someone who passes. And your dream life during this cycle could be very, very vivid. Like there could be some communications coming through your dreams, or just people that you are connecting with in the dream realm. For some of you, there may be a development of psychic abilities, the ability to see things that others don't, or the ability to become aware of things that others are not aware of, which can be used to your benefit or the benefit of others. There could be changes or beginnings that are happening in the home space, or regarding property. Some of you could be relocating, moving to a new home. Some of you may be renovating a home. Some of you, changes to the family structure may be taking place right now. There could be great importance on supporting others and the sharing of resources. Maybe you could be the one in need of support due to other, things, challenges that you are facing, or it could be that you are now in a better position to support someone who is in need, whether they are in your family or just a community that you care about, that is meaningful to you, that you have an emotional connection and attachment to. And it could also be a time where you see benefits regarding things like investments or taxes. Some of you may be getting a very, very nice tax return, or a loan approval, or an inheritance may be coming your way during this time. It could be a time of beginning to look into esoteric subjects. Like I mentioned earlier, psychic abilities are developing. So the more you kind of look into these things and you read into them, you also kind of feel yourself growing and expanding in that realm, not just with your knowledge base, but maybe even with your abilities. So if you would like to have a better understanding of this for yourself personally, fire signs, you know how to reach out to me. Bye for now. Hey, my beloved air signs. So for you, Jupiter in Cancer will be transiting your houses of accomplishments. So this means that you are nurturing and expanding things in the realm of your livelihood, your career, and your reputation, your status in life. All right. So there could be opportunities involving career growth. There could be promotions happening. You could be beginning a new career during this time. A job opportunity may come your way. You could enter a different environment, a different industry during this time, or you may be going into entrepreneurship if you're not already there. But if you are already there, you already have your own business, it could be a very lucrative time for you in that realm. You may also find that you are making connections that are able to increase you, to help you grow, and the vision that you have for your business. Or it could be that you are getting the attention of industry heads, people who are doing the hiring and firing in the industry that you are in or that you want to be in, and you could be catching their attention around this time, and they may have an opportunity for you. There could also be people who are recommending you for something, people who have worked with you in the past, or people who know you personally and they really think you are really capable of, taking this opportunity and making the most out of it. But this is going to be a great time for your career, for your work, for your money, honey. And you want to look out for people who do not have good intentions. Remember, Jupiter in Cancer, your intuition knows best. Regardless of how the numbers look and what you are perceiving, what you are looking at, do not overestimate or underestimate a situation because of how it looks. Go with your gut here. That goes for money matters, and that goes for career matters as well. You may also benefit from improved health or an improved work-life balance. Maybe, you're able to eat better, or you're working in an environment or a job where the hours are not too grueling. So you are able to have time to yourself, to work out, to do some yoga, to meditate. If you have been having a persistent health issue over the years, you may find that during the cycle, it actually gets resolved and you get some healing, because you are able to get to the bottom of what is causing the illness or the dis-ease within your body or mind. So things may improve, but things on a daily basis, just regular life may be getting much better for you, and just how you're navigating and the opportunities that are coming your way may be really, really beautiful. So keep your eyes peeled. It's going to be a good time for you, air signs. Unless of course you have Jupiter making some challenging aspects to your natal planets and angles, then the good fortune may not be as easy. It may not come as easily as it could if the aspects were more positive. But nonetheless, that just means that you need to jump through a few hoops to receive what is yours. Do not doubt or hesitate or assume that the thing is not yours or you're not meant for it or anything like that. Remember to keep your faith, trust your intuition, and understand that challenge is just an invitation for you to show up and really be who you are. Be about that action and be about that life. If you say that thing is yours, show up and claim it. Do not allow any challenges to deter you or talk you out of what is yours. All right. But for the most part, if you have positive aspects to this Jupiter transit, it's about to be a good time for you professionally and financially. Be patient. If you know that, oh my goodness, I haven't been working for so long, or finances have been tough for many years or for a very long time, and I'm just, now that I've listened to this horoscope, where's my money? Where's my job? Where's my, where are my clients? Be patient. They are going to arrive. Remember that Jupiter in Cancer does require you to surrender and be committed to the vision. All right. So just because you're not seeing things happening right away, it doesn't mean that things are not happening. All right. So be patient with this energy. And also, because there's going to be some money flowing, the desire to be a big spender may be high. Just remember, air signs, keep the big picture in mind. Do not just live for the moment or just go with the mood, go with the vibe. Yes, of course, trust your intuition, but do not lose sight of the big picture. If you get a lump sum of money, have a vision for it. Know what you want to do with it. All right? And I'm going to leave it at that. If you would like to understand how this energy is going to play out for you personally, you know how to reach out to me. Bye for now. Hey, my beloved water signs. So, for you, Jupiter in Cancer is moving through your houses of life, the houses of self, all about you, right? So, that means that you are expanding and nurturing yourself. So, I know the water energy can be one that is very self sacrificial, puts the needs and the emotions of others first, but you may find that this year, you are putting your needs first, especially with this Saturn in Pisces transit that we've been having. The boundaries have come up. You know, you have a greater love for yourself, a greater respect for yourself, and you don't allow people to take advantage of you the way that they used to. All right, so now it's a time of nurturing you and having your needs met. So you could be meeting people, especially in the dating realm, but also, you know, friendship, platonic friends as well, who show you that you are deserving of that nurturing. You are deserving of having your needs met as well, and somebody catering to you and somebody showing up for you because you deserve it. And if you don't have somebody else doing that for you, you are definitely doing it for yourself. So you may experience an increase in self-love and self-appreciation. You may also find that, you know, your perspective on life itself is kind of changing. It's like you're beginning a new life right now, because you're meeting people, or you have been meeting people, you've been engaging with information that has changed your values. You know, what is valuable to you in life. It has changed your morals, your ethics for the better, of course. And now you're kind of living a new life. You know, you're either in a new space, a new place. Maybe you've relocated to a new country, or you live in a different area, or your mind is new, but there's something new around you that is expanding you, that is growing you into the person that you prefer to be, the person that you feel secure being, and a life that you feel secure living, a life that is emotionally fulfilling for you. Remembering that you too are a priority in this life game, and you can attract people who you can lean on and rely on, that can be there for you, that are a safe space for you as well. You may also find that during this time, there are opportunities presenting themselves for you to travel, or for you to increase your knowledge base in terms of higher education. Some of you may be enrolling into a tertiary institution or any institution, to increase your knowledge base. There could be opportunities for dating, like your dating life could be getting an upgrade. And also, it won't be dating that is vapid, right? And that is void. It's dating that is meaningful, dating that has a real, genuine connection, or people that really allow you to open up emotionally, allow you to be vulnerable, and people who also show up with their vulnerabilities, who show you their vulnerabilities, who are emotionally available. So if your dating experiences has been one of attracting people who are emotionally unavailable, that could be changing during this transit. But it's definitely a time of major, major life changes for you and personal growth. And also, you may find that some of you are experiencing that life is good kind of weight gain. Like you're gaining weight, you look a little fuller, especially Cancer risings. All these benefic, beautiful changes that are happening in your life, these beautiful beginnings that are happening in your life, you could be enjoying yourself, right? With food in particular. Um, you know, if you don't want to gain weight, take care of your health. You know what you need to do in order for you to stay, you know, looking a particular way, if that's what you want. But if you're open to it, you're definitely going to be experiencing some life is good weight gain, which is a good thing. Could be coming from your dating life, or it could be just coming from your own progress, your own personal growth, that you're constantly celebrating something. Even if it's the people in your life, the people surrounding you, you're constantly attending celebrations of something, and people are reaching milestones, and there's always food. to celebrate with. So there could be that, so you could look out for that. Or there may also be significant growth in the realm of children. So for those of you who are parents, there could be some major milestones happening regarding your children. Some of you may be having children for the first time. If you do not wish to be pregnant, take your precautions. Because as I mentioned, the dating life may be very, very active this year. So if you know you do not want any children right now, take your precautions. But for those of you who maybe have been trying to fall pregnant, you want to have a child, this energy can be very supportive within that realm. Some of you may be beginning the journey, of having children. Maybe you're starting to try, or you're starting the in vitro processes or adoption processes, to each their own, of course, but there could be significant things happening surrounding children. But yeah, it's definitely a time of new beginnings for you, water signs, and just feeling content. You may find yourself also just feeling content with life, with the way life is for you right now or during this cycle. And it's just like, you know what, everything is all right. Everything is okay. I have no complaints. And you're just being a good receiver of the opportunities that are coming your way. So this should be a very enjoyable transit for you, water signs. Unless there are challenging aspects that Jupiter is having to your natal chart, then that just means that those blessings, that good fortune, and those opportunities may require you to jump through some hoops before you receive them. But do not lose hope. Do not lose sight of the grand vision. What is yours is going to find you. It is going to come your way. So be ready to receive. And yeah, I think I will leave it there. If there is something that you would like to understand for yourself personally, how this energy is manifesting in your natal chart, you know how to reach out to me. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon.